Hey, this is JBuggs and welcome to another episode of the Minecraft Bedrock Survival Guide. Today we're here in front of the mountain to talk about mining resources. When it comes to mining, you can dig down to get resources wherever you are, but I always prefer to find mountains as you can find emerald ore here which you won't be able to get elsewhere. If you're after gold, it's also worth knowing that mesas will be the best place for those. When it comes to mining, the best level to mine at, in my opinion, is at level 11, as you can get diamonds there as well as other ores, but the reason why you want to dig at level 11 is that you'll be slightly higher than the lava lake, so you'll stay a bit safer as well. The way that we'll be getting to the bottom of the world is by digging into the mountain and staircasing down. There are a couple of other ways to go down. Just remember the number one rule and don't dig straight down, as you don't know what's below you and gravity is a thing in Minecraft. The first alternative method to dig down is by digging a 2 wide hole and standing across both blocks. This way, each time you remove a block, you will be able to see what's below you without the risk of falling, and you'll always have the other block to rest on, so you should stay safe. Once the hole is dug, it will also allow you to have a ladder on one side and a drop chute on the other, which should be pretty convenient too. The other method if you want a 1 wide hole is to dig with ladders. As you dig down, you want to place a ladder on the wall and hold the shift key. This will allow you to remove blocks without the risk of falling, and if you see something below you like lava or a massive hole, then you can make other plans around how you're actually going to get around that as well. The other thing to do before you go mining is to gear up. We have an iron pickaxe. Anything less than that will slow you down and break easily, so be aware if you only have a stone pickaxe. We have a stone shovel as we'll be using that less often, and we also have a stone axe too, which should help if any mobs come for us. You'll also want to take a decent amount of food with you. The last thing you want is to start starving while you're down there. A bucket of water can also be surprisingly useful, particularly when it comes to lava. You'll also want to take some torches to light up the place, and a stack of logs too so you can craft more torches as you need them. 2 logs can be broken down into planks and sticks. Combined with 16 pieces of coal, this will allow you to craft a full stack of torches. The last thing I want to take with me is a shield, which is made from 1 ingot and 6 planks of wood. Shields can be extremely useful in the early game where you don't have great armour, particularly when encountering creepers. If you shift click, it will allow you to hold up your shield and deflect attacks. Okay, so we're going to come over here and start digging into the cliff face. We will come back later to make this look a bit better. For now, we just want a simple small tunnel, and we'll place torches as we go to light up the route too. I want to leave a little bit of an entrance before we go down, but I think that's good and I think we can start digging down now. We just want to dig out 2 blocks at the current level and 1 below each time we move forward. This way of digging is a bit more work but is also the safest way to move downwards, as you won't be removing any blocks from underneath yourself and you can see what's up ahead. You can see we've got a little bit of a drop here, so we're just going to use dirt to fill in the missing blocks. Usually there will be somewhere to place your blocks so you can staircase downwards. If not, if you have gravel in your inventory, you can drop this to build a pillar upwards. One of my main aims is to get enough iron to build some tools. I also want to get enough for an anvil so I can enchant my tools with the books I got last episode. As we go down, I'm just going to grab any iron and coal I come across. We'll need to get 31 iron ingots for the anvil, but having a few spare will also be good. You can see we're making our way through the iron pit quite quickly. I should have brought the crafting bench down from the surface, but let's just build another one. We're going to start by building a furnace, which is 8 bits of cobblestone. We can then pop our coal and iron ore in there to convert it into ingots. Once they're cooked up, we can then craft a new pick. Like with everything, I like to keep souvenirs along the way, so I'm going to put the original pick to one side for now. We can keep mining down from here. Where we come across water, we'll just block that off so it doesn't flood our tunnels, but alternatively we can just remove the source blocks. Okay, this is why we're mining under the mountain, and we've been pretty lucky to come across our first emerald ore already. Emerald ore will be rarer than the emeralds itself, which you can get from trading, so we want to get silk touch so we can pick this up in its current form. Now we're down at level 11, we can start mining out our main tunnel. Usually I like to keep the deep slate ores by mining with silk touch. That's probably because they're a newer block to the game, but for now I need coal, so I'm just going to dig them out. Most of the ores I'll leave until later in the game when I have either Fortune or Silk Touch though. This is a great example of why you need a bucket. If you come across lava, if you put your bucket of water down, it converts it to obsidian so you can get across it easily. I was hoping to find a little more iron as we dug down here. Unfortunately, we still need to get some more, so let's go exploring elsewhere in the tunnels we found earlier and get what we need. Haha, we found our first geode, that's awesome. We can use our bucket of water to get down there and grab our first amethyst shards. We've got ourselves enough iron for now, so let's go and enchant. We're back on our little island now. We'll start off by smelting up all our iron into ingots. Once that's done, we can make our first diamond pick by using the diamonds we found last episode. We'll also get ourselves a brand new iron pick. If we then make 3 iron blocks, we can then combine that with 4 more iron for our anvil. We'll pop down our anvil and use our 2 Fortune 2 books to get Fortune 3. Fortune 3 will help with the loot. One of our books luckily had Efficiency 3 too, which will speed up digging. We'll also add the unbreaking so our pick lasts longer. With our iron pickaxe, we just want to add Silk Touch and Unbreaking to that so we can pick up any blocks in their natural form. Before we leave, let's just put our OG iron pickaxe in the chest of souvenirs and let's head back to the mineshaft. We're back in our mineshaft and it's time to put our fortune pick to use. Fortune can have a big impact on mining. There are 3 levels of fortune. Level 1 will increase your average drops by 33%, level 2 by 75%, and level 3 by 120%, meaning you're getting over double the loot with Fortune 3. And that shows why it's so important to have fortune on your tools if you're going mining. Where we mine this copper ore, you can see exactly that. We got 4 pieces of copper from our pick with Fortune 3 on, but only 2 pieces of copper from the unenchanted one. You can also see Silk Touch working as we use our iron pick to pick up ores in their natural form. The next thing I want to talk about is branch mining. Branch mining is probably the best way to get diamonds. You basically want to dig out a central tunnel and then off that dig additional tunnels coming out of it. As you dig, you'll come across ores which you can then mine. We've been pretty lucky and it's not long before we come across our first diamond ore. Whenever you find diamonds, dig out blocks around the ore to make sure the vein isn't larger than it first appears. We also found some deep slate emerald ore, which we want to pick up with Silk Touch as it's meant to be one of the rarest blocks in Minecraft. Emerald and copper deep slate ore exist in version 1.17 of the game, but from previous comments from the devs, it isn't clear if they will still be available in version 1.18 and above, so grab them now while you can. The reason why branch mining is so effective is pretty simple. Every time you move forward, you'll mine 2 blocks, but this will let you see an additional 8 blocks around it. The 2 in front, 2 to the left, 2 to the right, 1 above and 1 below. As diamonds only appear between level 1 and 15, and most commonly between 5 and 12, when you branch mine you're always mining at the right level for diamonds. Whilst you can also mine for diamonds below level 11, there will likely be more lava lakes you have to deal with which can slow you down a lot, so I'd recommend mining at level 11 as you get the best of both worlds. Each offshoot tunnel I like to dig about 100 blocks long, with 3 blocks in between each offshoot tunnel. Whilst this means there's a space in between each tunnel you can't see, most ore patches won't be a single block wide, so you've got to hope they'll stretch into one tunnel or the other. You can find caves around diamond level which are great to explore. I'll have a look at cave mining next though. Typically you'll find lava lakes, and if you find one of these my recommendation is to finish your tunnel and start a new one. That way you're not wasting time by trying to get around the lava that's there. As we branch mine we're picking up lots of ores. This leads nicely into talking around the different pickaxes and what they can do. There are 6 levels of pickaxe from wood to stone to iron, gold, diamond and netherite. Wood is the worst as it can mine only 59 blocks before it breaks and it's pretty slow. You can mine stone and coal but none of the other ores. Stone is a bit faster and can mine 131 blocks. It can also mine out iron and copper ores as well as lapis, nether quartz and nether gold. Iron is the minimum that I would recommend for going mining. It lets you mine 250 blocks and is a bit quicker again than the stone and the wood. You won't be able to mine obsidian or ancient debris, but you can get all the other ores which is a plus point. Gold can only mine 32 blocks, but it's twice as quick as iron. Realistically, you'll probably never need to craft it. Diamond pickaxes can mine 1,561 blocks, which is 6 times more than an iron pick, and it can mine any of the ores, obsidian and ancient debris. Netherite picks can mine about a third more blocks again at 2,031. It's also a bit quicker, but the main advantage is that if you drop it in lava, the pickaxe won't disappear. You'll need to collect ancient debris from the nether to craft this though. After about an hour branch mining, we've got ourselves 28 diamonds and a load of other ores. This is great, considering we don't have efficiency 5 yet. I'm really happy with that. The next type of mining we're going to look at is cave mining. Pretty quickly I found some diamond ore. It was over lava and it was only a small vein of 2 blocks, and unfortunately I only got 2 diamonds from it. Cave mining has the advantage that you can run around caves to find exposed ores, rather than having to mine out every block to move forward. When you branch mine, you'll come across caves. These will be the best caves to explore, as they will likely be at the right level for diamonds. You can typically cover a lot more ground cave mining, but you will also likely not be at diamond level as often, so I think you'll probably find more ores overall, but less diamonds in my experience. The other thing to be aware of when you're cave mining is that it's much more hazardous. You'll come across more mobs, including creepers. For me, a shield is a must when cave mining. Ideally you'd have a fire resist potion too, but that's probably for later in the game. As you explore caves, it will be much harder to navigate. My recommendation is to always place torches on the right side. If you need to light bigger rooms, you can then just place torches on the floor. By doing this, if you ever need to navigate back to where you started from, just follow the torches on your left hand side and eventually you should get there. To stop you needing to go back to base as often, silk touch, shulker boxes and ender chests can be really helpful. Again, these are later game items though. If you prefer fortune on your tools, take a crafting bench so you can convert your ores into ore blocks to save space too. I'm a bit of a hoarder, so I don't like dropping anything, but if you don't mind that, you can always drop less valuable items on the floor, like the stone blocks. Either way, try not to take anything unnecessary when you go mining. Whilst caving, I did manage to find some geodes and some deep slate emerald ores, but on the diamond front I was pretty unlucky getting just 2 in over an hour. Overall I did get much more loot, particularly in terms of copper, iron and coal though. In episode 1 I came across a ravine. The easiest way to get down there is with a bucket of water, which you can then use to get back out again at the end. Ravines are good for a quick smash and grab, where you can drop down there, grab any valuables and then leave again. If it's a deep ravine, this is a great way to get down to diamond level easily. Ravines are probably more dangerous than caving. In general, there are a lot of ledges where creepers and skeletons can hide on and either drop on you and explode or shoot you with arrows. They'll also be much harder to light up. I was only down there for 15 minutes but got 3 diamonds, so beating the other caving expedition. Mine shafts are another good area to go to when you're looking for resources. Typically you'll come across these when caving, and they're always worth the explore. In mesas, you will find mine shafts more often on the surface and exposed to air though. There are 3 main reasons why you'll want to go to a mine shaft. As you go through the caves you will find cobwebs. These can be picked up with shears. If you don't have shears, you can use a sword to break these quickly into string, but you won't be able to pick up the cobweb itself. When looking around mine shafts, you can also come across minecarts. You can get a lot of the normal loot, but you'll also get rails and glowberries too. Currently this is the only way to get glowberries. Yes, once you have some you can use bone meal to get more, but to get the glowberries in the first place you will need to come to a mine shaft. The third thing you can find from mine shafts is much less desirable, and that's cave spiders. Cave spiders are honestly the worst. Cave spiders will come from spawners you find in mine shafts. Cave spiders are much smaller than regular spiders, which means they can get everywhere and can be really annoying to kind of block off. As well as that, they poison you, which lowers your health quickly, and as they attack in numbers you can easily get killed by them. If you come across these guys, the best thing to do is light up the spawner quickly and make sure the cave spiders can only come at you from one side. Don't be scared to retreat, and if needed block yourself off so they can't get to you. This is a good way to recover so you can then go back at them again when you're stronger. As I explored the mineshaft, you'll notice that I found a lot of gravel. This is a gravity block, which means that it needs a block below it or it will fall. If you're trying to mine through this with a shovel, it can be pretty infuriating as every time you remove a block it can be replaced, which can get pretty tedious. An easy way to get around this is by placing torches. If you can remove a block of gravel and then quickly place a torch down in its place, the blocks above will try and fall, but as there's now a torch there, they will break instead of replacing the old gravel. This can be a really good method of getting rid of tall towers of gravel quickly. Because of the level we were mining at, I didn't get any diamonds on this trip, but I did grab loads of cool items from the chest and over 3 stacks of cobwebs. I also got a ton of gravel and then a fair amount of ore as well. We've done great in terms of the ores we've gathered. As my diamond pick is looking a little worse for wear, I'm going to create a new one with silk touch and unbreaking on it. It's then time to give our mineshaft a bit of a refurbishment. We're going to dig the main tunnel we dug earlier, 5 wide and 5 tall. Given our current tools, this was pretty time consuming, but even so I think a lot of the fun in Minecraft is making things look good. As we got down to level 11 there was a bit of water and lava to clear. The deep slate made things harder with the mining too. Once we've got the main tunnel dug out, we can then go through and pop in some support beams and some lanterns for lighting. We've also cleared out an area for chests and placed in stairs. This should help with our saturation as we go to the surface, as we'll need to jump a lot less to get out of here. Now we've managed to organise our loot a little bit better. You can see that branch mining was much better for diamonds, caving got more ores, ravine mining was better for smash and grab of diamonds, and mineshafts were better for getting other items in the process of gathering ores. I did a bit more branch mining just to grab a few more diamonds, and we ended up with 42 diamonds and 19 diamond blocks, which is pretty good going. We also got a decent amount of the other ores with 4 stacks of coal and 5 stacks of copper. We also gathered plenty of building materials which will help with building a base later on. There's also plenty of random items we gathered along the way. Awesome, it's been a great day today. We've managed to gather plenty of resources while having fun exploring the nearby caves. We've also managed to dig and decorate our mineshaft, so it's much easier to get diamonds in the future too. Thanks for watching today's episode and hopefully you've enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe and like, and hope to see you again next time. Take care, bye!